Okay, greetings. It's going to be kind of a detailed story here. What's going to end up happening here pretty soon is that you can see that I've got -1 Mortal Kombat cabinet. I've got MK1, 2, Ultimate 3, and 4. The Mortal Kombat 3 is now sold. I sold it locally on Craigslist, and the reason behind that is I needed room for my Golden Tee 2005 because I bought it and I've never actually had it in my house because I haven't had room for it. It's sat in my garage for a couple of months, and I ended up giving it to one of my brother's friends who likes to play the game, so he was storing it for me at his house and regularly playing it, so it kept up on its functionality, so to speak. But basically I wanted to bring it back over to my house now that I've remodeled and have room for it. But before I did that, I had to sell my MK3 because I've changed the lineup. There's MK1, MK2, MK3, UMK3, and I'm going to be putting this Mike's double JAMA switcher in the UMK3, so it's going to be MK3/UMK3. So that's what this is all about. And then of course MK4, KI2, WrestleMania, and then I've put the Super Mario Brothers here at the end because the way it used to be was I had my Open Ice cabinet, Mario Brothers, Neo Geo, Commando, and then my NBA Jam was right here. But what's going to end up happening is I moved the NBA Jam over here because the Mario Brothers got moved over there because it's the smallest machine of the ones I have as far as width and length. So the NBA Jam went here next to the Open Ice. The Neo Geo is going to be moved over here where the NBA Jam was. The Commando is going to get pushed over, and my Golden Tee is going to go right here. And what I'm going to do is inside the Killer Instinct 2 is a Mike's double JAMA switcher just like this thing. I'm going to remove it, put my 6-to-1 switcher in here along with a Street Fighter 2 board and a Final Fight and maybe another game. I'm not sure. I got a bunch of them in the closet. So I'm going to have KI1, KI2, Street Fighter, and Final Fight at least, and remove the 2-in-1 switcher like this that's in here now and put that in my Golden Tee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Golden Tee 2005 and Simpsons Bowling. I am not aware of anybody who's ever tried to put a switcher of any type in a game like Golden Tee that uses a trackball as far as interfacing the trackball for more than one game. So that's going to be an experiment unto itself, but my final plan is to have Golden Tee 2005 and Simpsons Bowling in one cabinet because I've had Simpsons Bowling in the closet for over a year just sitting there, and I'm never going to find a cabinet for it. Even if I did, I don't have room. So I want to try and interface it with my Golden Tee so I can play Simpsons Bowling finally. So that's what's going to end up happening. This is going to get moved over here, and my Golden Tee will be here, and I'm going to try and put Simpsons Bowling in there with the Golden Tee 2005. So that's one project coming up. I still have to remove the 2-in-1 switcher from here and put the 6-in-1 in there with the other games. That'll be another project. And then I got to put this in here for MK3 and UMK3. What I did was, this is the MK3 board that was in the MK3 cabinet that many of you may remember that was an MK4 conversion. I bought an MK4 cabinet, converted it with full side art and graphics and decals and everything to MK3, and it used to sit right here between 2 and Ultimate. But because I sold that to make room so I could put the Nintendo machine on the end of the line and then the Neo Geo over there, move it, you know, all that stuff. So I had to sell the MK3 cabinet to make room. Otherwise that Golden Tee Simpsons Bowling project would never be able to be realized. So because of that, I took the MK3 board out of it and converted it to UMK3, put a UMK3 board in there and sold the machine as a UMK3 because that's the more popular version. So now that that's all done and I have put the Nintendo at the end of the line and everything is good to go, I got to get around to getting the Golden Tee moved over here, moving the Neo Geo over there, put the Golden Tee there and get started working on that. So, but the most recent thing I'm going to be doing here, or the earliest thing, I'm going to actually be taking this and putting it in here and using the Mike's 2-in-1 JAMA switcher here to have MK3 and UMK3 in one cabinet, just like I have KI1 and KI2 in one cabinet. But just to review, for those of you who don't know what these are, it's just a 2-in-1 JAMA switcher. This connection here plugs on your, obviously it comes with this extension cable here. This will plug on one board, the extension cable plugs on the other board there, and then your JAMA harness plugs onto there. And all you do to switch between the games is you press and hold either one of the start buttons and then press the other one. So for instance here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is Killer Instinct 2, and for those of you who don't know, the way this works is you press and hold either one of the start buttons. For this instance, I'll press start 1, and then I'll have to press player 2 here with my elbow, And there's Killer Instinct 1. Okay, so same scenario. I press and hold player 1 start, press player 2 start, and there's Killer Instinct 2. So both games are running at the same time, but of course you see there, I started the game with Killer Instinct 1, but this one did not start because it wasn't selected. Even though it does run at the same time as the other board, it doesn't actually function at the same time. So I'm going to actually do the same type of situation over here with MK3 and UMK3 in one cab with the same type of hardware. And then again, the 2-in-1 switcher that's in here is going to come out, go on the Golden Tee, and put my 6-in-1 in here with the other games. So stay tuned for all that, and I'll show you how it looks when it's all done. But I'm going to cut away here and go ahead and get this installed in the UMK3 cabinet, and I'll cut back and show you it in action. Because right now, it's just UMK3 is the only board that's in here, and it is the Juggernaut hack. So I will go ahead and get this installed, cut away, get it installed, and show you the switcher in action with both games in one moment. Okay gang, all done. Here it is, the machine's back in place. As you can see, Mortal Kombat 3 is running here because that's the board I have plugged directly into the switcher, and the board that runs off of the extension harness is the secondary board. So the game boots by default into Mortal Kombat 3, and there, as you can see, MK3. When I press and hold player 1 start and press player 2 start, it changes to UMK3. And there's Jade, so no doubt about that. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for following along and sticking here with this long video. When I get done, I still have to go through and put the I robbed all the bezel move cards off of this for the MK3 that I sold. Basically, the MK3 had all the moves for MK3, and the UMK3 here only had the bezel move cards for the hidden characters. So I took those off and put them on the other bezel when I sold that machine, so now I have to print some more up. Once I do that, this project here will be complete for the MK3, UMK3 in one cabinet. And then when I get around to getting the Killer Instinct 6-in-1 project done, I'll show that off. And then of course I'll detail the Golden Tee Simpsons Bowling in one cabinet project as well. So thanks for sticking along here, following along, and I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.